Hello, beautiful one. Welcome. Often we are forced to make changes after we hit rock bottom, or we don't have a choice. When sickness and chronic fatigue crept into my life, I had to learn how to create routines in my life and how to show up consistently. Having chronic fatigue felt like walking around with a wet blanket over my shoulders. Day-to-day tasks felt monumental. I had to learn to prioritize what was most important and let the rest go. No one was coming to save me. There was no magic superfood or pill that was going to rescue me. I needed to dig deep and find energy I didn't have to start healing myself. In this week's video, I'm sharing with you my 6 tips for setting yourself up for success, no matter what kind of routine you want to adopt into your life. If you are like me and struggle to keep any kind of routine, then these tips will definitely help you. I used to always give myself a pass and thought routines weren't my thing because I'm an artist. Creative people don't have routines. That's boring. I need more variety. If you think that is true, I'm here to tell you the cold hard truth. That's a load of bull hockey. Anyone can adopt a routine in their life. It just takes a little planning and time. And it all starts with the why. Which leads me to my first tip from my The Art of Routine. Number 1 is why. If you have a strong enough why, you can do anything. Sit down and write out your why. The more clear you are, the better. The secret is to remind yourself often, even if this means reading it to yourself every day. Keep your why fresh in your mind. This will help remind you of what's most important, especially when the newness has faded. Number 2 is challenge. If you struggle with routine, then put a length of time for your new routine. Give yourself a realistic timeline that feels manageable. We often can get overwhelmed thinking we have to do something for the rest of our lives. So in the beginning, put a time frame. 90 days is a good amount of time to see progress and to make lasting habits. Number 3, consistency. When it comes to healing or art, the only way you will see lasting change is to show up for yourself every day. Prioritize what is most important. If painting is something you want to make a routine, then schedule a time. Create an inviting space that is set up and ready. All of these things will add up to you showing up consistently each day. Number 4, prepare. This builds on number 3. When you adopt a new routine, it may involve preparation. Let's say you want to make juicing a routine in your life every day. Make sure you stock the fridge with the food you need. But don't just stop there. Make shopping for the food each week a priority, so you never run out and you never have to skip a day. if you're prepared and have what you need, it's less likely you will skip a day. Just making time for a new routine is not enough. We need to be prepared to succeed. Number 5, compassion. One of the most valuable lessons I have learned is to have compassion for myself. I will remind you of this very important fact often, because it may just be the difference between you failing and succeeding. Even when you don't do your best, or you don't show up for yourself, have compassion and keep the big picture in mind. I talk a lot about how the magic to making is in the journey, which is true for just about anything you do in life. Keeping this in mind keeps us present and enjoying the here and now, and not just some destination that may never come. And my last tip is number 6, community. Community helps you to not feel alone. There is something so comforting in knowing someone, somewhere in the world understands what you're going through. Never underestimate the power of community. When I first begun my healing journey, I found a community of people online and joined in on a 90-day challenge, which changed my life forever and my health. The power of community made me feel like I could really stick to the challenge because I had support and people dealing with the same struggles. Community is why I'm so passionate about creating one here. I want to have a space here where we can talk about all the struggles that we face as artists in this modern landscape, and all the blessings and opportunities as well. My hope is you will feel inspired to share your thoughts and your story here, and that those words may help others or even me. Wouldn't that be divine? Routines aren't just for keeping life organized. They are powerful tools for growth. When you create consistent habits, whether it's for your health or your art, you're investing in yourself. Start with small, manageable commitments, like dedicate 15 minutes every day to painting or walk in nature. It's not about how much time you spend, but the fact that you're doing it every day. Over time, that practice becomes a non-negotiable part of your routine, just like eating or sleeping. And that's when the magic happens. The more you practice, the more your skills and your well-being will flourish. Before you go, I would love it if you would subscribe and become part of our community. We would love to have you here. And leave me a comment below about a routine that you'd like to incorporate into your everyday life. Next week, we're doing something different. I am taking you to one of my favorite parks. And I set up my easel and just paint all day in the dappled light of the trees and the glorious view of the lake. Original paintings and prints will be available on janlakey.com. If this is your first video, I will link below a playlist of the Backwards Beauty series. I've made a gift for you. and you can find it on my website, janlakey.com. It's a video with my top 5 tips for creating AI reference art. I've learned a lot through this process, and I think this video will help anybody who's just getting started using AI, or somebody who's already using AI and having trouble getting the results that they want. So go on over to my website and get your free gift.